What's up, Texas Rangers fans? Welcome back to another video on the Texas Rangers report. And in this video, I'm going to be going over it's basically I was on Instagram one day, and there's an Instagram channel or Instagram account called MLBNerds, and basically they were going over every single division in baseball, and they went over every single team, and they went over their off-season needs, and some of them for the teams were pretty good. And then when I got to the Rangers, I'm like, okay, these guys don't really know what they're doing. They are just putting up random stuff to create content, okay? And I'm just gonna go straight into it. There was 4 things that they had on this list. The first one was trading Nathaniel Lowe, and I'm like, what the heck? We literally just acquired him from the Tampa Bay Rays, okay? And he actually had a quietly productive season in 2021. And if the Rangers are trying to find players that will help them for future contending teams, why would they trade Nathaniel Lowe? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I'll talk a little bit more in depth, but the next one just makes no sense at all, and it's trading Jonah Heim, another guy we got last year in the Elvis Andrus trade. Obviously, he's not great with the bat, but he's a great defender, kind of like Jose Trevino. But also, he's a switch hitting catcher, so usually those guys take a little bit longer to develop. So I do think he has more potential on his bat, especially he has more potential than Jose Trevino. I think Trevino obviously is a great defender, but I think Trevino's maxed out in his offense capabilities. I think Jonah Heim does have more potential to strive and hopefully be a little bit of an average hitter or below average hitter. And if he's a below average hitter at catcher, then that's really good for the Texas Rangers. It just makes no sense, because also, who would really be looking for a catcher and be like, okay, I want Jonah Heim to be my catcher? I mean, he obviously is a good defensive catcher, but still, that makes no sense, especially since he's a young player for the Rangers. And Jonah Heim and Nathaniel Lowe, you have them for a long time, and they are they're a long time, and they're cheap. I mean, I'm trying to think of any scenario where they would make this deal, and I think it just doesn't add up. Like, obviously, maybe if they got a major league player, because that you can always find another first baseman. That's just a fact. I know that the Rangers haven't had success at that, but first baseman isn't the most crucial position on the field. So if you found another major league player, or if you found obviously some minor league talent that is maybe closer to major league ready, but if you trade him for a single A player, that's just dumb. That might get John Daniels kicked out because the Rangers said that they want to compete, or at least they want to be better than last year. Obviously, I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they said they want to increase their payroll, so that goes into spending more on better players. So the third one is sign several one-year deals. So, I mean, unlike the first two were just crazy talk. Those obviously aren't going to happen, in my opinion. I don't see those two happening. I mean, the third one, a lot of teams sign one-year deals. Do they think that the Rangers are just going to sign a bunch of, all of their free agents to one-year deals? Like a bunch of minor league free agents with invites to spring trainings? No, that's not going to be the case, because the Rangers said they are going to spend this year. We're looking at the top shortstops. Or are they talking about a Kyle Schwarber on a one-year deal, like those type of free agents, or who is a minor league free agent for us? Well, remember when Danny Santana was a free agent? He was a minor league free agent. Are we just going to sign a bunch of those players, or are we going to sign a Kyle Schwarber to a one-year deal? Do I think Kyle Schwarber will get a one-year deal? Probably not. But I just think this is a bad scenario for the Rangers this offseason, because a bunch of teams sign 1-year deals. And I just don't think that the Rangers are going to be signing everybody to a 1-year deal. Like, the Dodgers are going to sign 1-year deals. The Astros, the Rangers, everybody's going to sign 1-year deals this offseason. But is that the only deals the Rangers are going to make this year? No, because if we're signing some starting pitchers, it might be a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal. And if we're signing an elite shortstop, that's probably going to be a 5-year deal. But also, we always, like, if you are getting some relief pitchers, that's usually like a 1-year deal, especially if it's a minor league contract. So I think that's another bad scenario for the Rangers. And I think this is just people throwing up situations that aren't like that's logical, but like everybody does 1-year deal. So I think it's a little fluky. And then the last one is acquire a serviceable outfielder at number 4. And I think this is the best one on the list because if you look at the outfield, the only player that is really set in stone for 2022 is Adolis Garcia. If you believe in Leody Taveras at center field, then you have another one. Or if you believe in Willie Calhoun, then you have another one. But they've all shown flashes, but it hasn't been anything consistent. So I've seen things where the Rangers acquire Starling Marte and Chris Bryant in free agency, and that means you get 2 serviceable outfielders. And one of my videos, I had the Rangers signing Kyle Schwarber. You get a serviceable outfielder. You get to see what you have in Leody, or you bring somebody in as a minor league free agent to test Leody. And you get a left-handed batting Kyle Schwarber. So I think the number 4 offseason key for the Rangers from MLBNerds Instagram makes the most sense. Because I do think, well, first of all, we do need to upgrade our run production on offense. And if you look at the outfield, Adolis isn't going anywhere. They're not going to trade him, I don't believe. I don't think he has that much of a trade value since he is older. If he was a rookie, a 22-year-old rookie, he had so much trade value. But since he's up in age, he doesn't have that much trade value in my opinion. So I think acquiring a serviceable outfielder does make sense this year for the Texas Rangers. But just going over it again, it was trading Nathaniel Lowe, trading Jonah Heim makes no sense. Assigning several 1-year deals, everybody does that. And then acquire a serviceable outfielder, that makes the most sense for the Texas Rangers. And like I said, I had them signing Kyle Schwarber, but they can definitely go multiple ways with this offseason. So I will make a video on that, on different outfielders the Rangers can target this offseason. With that being said, thank you for staying to the very end and watching the entire video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below. And subscribe to the Texas Rangers Report. I'm your #1 source for all things Rangers on YouTube. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.